and see if this works. Okay, let's see. All right, I'm not used to this, so give me a second. Just give me a second here. All right, so there's the comments, there's the dashboard. Let's go live on here. If I can see everything all the same. Hell yeah. All right, let me pull this guy here and this guy here. What is that? Get that out of here. Good morning. Can everybody see me okay? That's what I need to know. If you can see me okay. If you can hear me okay too, that's also important. I'm wondering, is my mic low here? Let me see. No, mute. My mic. I don't think I have my mic. The one I used to have. Good morning. I see that there's a viewer on here, and yes, okay, Mavis, good morning. Rachel, sounds good. Yay, thank you guys. Thank you, that's wonderful. I've been dusting this morning, and now I'm hot. It's 72 degrees in my house. So I'm like iced coffee instead of hot coffee. All right. Sounds good. Thank you, Rachel. You're such a sweetheart. Cool beans. I'm also on YouTube for like people who don't have Facebook. That's what I was looking for. Nice. How's everybody doing this morning? Do you have coffee or something? What are you sipping on? Maybe you're drinking water. Maybe you're doing a lot better than I am. You know, I thought to myself, I said, you need to get your water and bring it over to your mat. So I went ahead and did that. So, all right. I'm going to test something. Can you see me and can you hear me from here? Because I wanted to be able to get fully in this shot, but I also didn't want to be so far away where you can't hear me. So if you could just give me some feedback on that, that'd be fabulous. Wonderful. Great. 10 out of 10. Yep, perfect. Thank you so much. Thank you. You're the best. Thank you very much, Rachel. Happy Labor Day. Happy Labor Day. I can't believe it's raining. That's what I was like. I woke up this morning, I said, what? It's raining? What is this? Isn't there a parade? At least that's what I thought. I wonder who's all out at the parade. I know I messaged a few people this morning and they were like, I can't make it because I'm going to be out there. And I was like, totally fine. I get it. To be honest with you, I kind of forgot that there was a parade until this morning. Okay. I gotta tell you, sometimes phones are so weird. Good morning, Christine. How are you? Hope you're having a great morning. Cheers. By the way, this is going to be saved. So in the event that you have to leave or you need to go, or maybe you're just popping in for a second, because like if you comment, it'll continue to update you about it. So you can always do that. And then, good morning. Hi, I'm good. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that. Me too. I didn't sleep the best last night, but that's okay. That's all right. I'm not upset about it. That just means I'm going to sleep better tonight. Yeah. I'm going to wait probably a few more minutes before I start on the class. So I have a block at my house. If you're going to be doing the yoga, you might want a block. I also have a pillow for my knees because even though I'm on carpet, I just like to have that extra cushion because I don't like to care about that kind of stuff. So, yeah. Like I said, if anybody wants to pop any comments, questions, whatever, let me know. Love to chitty chat. I think there's also a way where I can like bring other people on with me. So, rainy day read and chill. Rachel. I got my Kindle right here. I have a book. I'm going to a friend's house later, but I read a lot Saturday. I read quite a bit on Saturday. But it's the perfect kind of day to just chill and read. And personally, I like to veg out also. But I understand not wanting to fully veg out. All right. Hey, Google, turn it up. I don't think you guys can hear the music, but that's okay. I gotta have music whenever I teach yoga. Or whenever I do yoga. Like, I mean, if you're in nature, it's one thing, but at home, in a facility, there's got to be some sort of music back in the background, like something. Like, it doesn't have to always be, like, some jammy jams, but it's got to be, like, instrumental something. A fan going on in the background. Hello, somebody. Keep forgetting that I love anymore. Yep, you agree. I haven't heard from anybody as far as like issues with getting on, so I'm assuming everything is cool that way. Yeah, you flow better with music. Absolutely. Absolutely. You just get more in the groove that way, too. Like, are you kidding me? Yeah, for sure. Absolutely that one. I keep forgetting I don't love anymore. Keep forgetting I will never be the same again. So, unfortunately, you can't share out of the group, but I did share the post on my personal page. So, if you go there, you can share that if you want. Like, if you have people who aren't part of the group that want to join in. That's why I did it on YouTube, too. I was like, because for whatever reason, it won't let me take the group out of being private. Like, once it's private, it's private. You can't make it public again. I'm just like, okay, whatever. That's cool, Facebook. You just keep doing what you do. Keep doing what you do. Social media is so weird anyway. Alright. Where's my hair tie? Where does it go? There it is. Never be the same again. Honestly. My cat's around here somewhere. I had the vacuum out earlier, so he's probably traumatized slightly. He's like, I can't do this. I got a little Bam Bam bun, or Bam Bam today. Ugh. Calcifer! Calcifer! It's okay! The big scary vacuum is put away! Maybe if I like shake a little tree. It's like maracas. Pow pow. Gotta go feed like that. Let me tell you, if I could stretch like a cat, I would. Absolutely, 1000% would stretch like a cat. Calcifer! Meow. Meow. Probably not gonna come out. That's okay. I'm gonna put these little treatsies right here for him in case he decides to. And then we're gonna start stretching. A little yogurt. Alright. Alright, so I have a block, and it's got a good bit of like thickness to it, a little dense. If you don't have a block, you can use like a foam roller. Good morning, Joey. You can use like a rolled up towel, t-shirt, anything like that. Or if you just don't have any of that shit, that's fine too. It's totally cool. It's totally cool. So we are gonna start on our backs. And if at any point you can't hear me, just write something in the comments. Or if you're like, Taylor, you're talking way too fast, way too loud, this is crazy chaos, just tell me, okay? Totally fine. So we're going to start on our backs. Set your stoof to the side. So you can kind of like stretch out, okay? A couple weeks ago, my mantra for the week was take up space, right? So the idea of like expanding and taking up the space that you are, that's what I'm looking for. It's not privilege, but you have the right to. Like you have the right to take up space. You don't need anybody to tell you, you know, this or that. You have the ability, you have the reason, you have the everything to take up as much space as you want. Personal space is a different story, but I don't want to see this kind of stuff. I don't want to see sad. I don't want to see hunched. I don't want to see sad. No. I want to see happy. I want to see peace. Because I can't see you. So I want you to just embody that. Alright, so we're going to start on our back. Go ahead and bring your knees into your chest. You can do underneath the knees too. You can go ahead and cross an ankle. We'll just rock side to side. And then we'll come back to center. Set your left foot on the floor and just start to bend and straighten your right leg. Okay? Extend the foot up, point and flex your right foot. Roll the ankle around both directions and flare your toes apart. Really try to get some real estate in between those piggies. And then we'll set the right foot down. Bring the left knee into the chest and just start to bend and straighten your left leg. Now when I say bend and straighten, it don't have to go completely straight unless you want to. And then we'll extend the foot up, we'll point and flex the left foot. And then roll the ankle around, wiggling your toes. Go ahead and wiggle your fingers too, and we'll set both feet down to the floor. Take your hands up towards the ceiling. I want you to make a fist and then open up. Make a fist, open, close, open. And just do that a few times. And then give me what I like to call finger flicks, like you're flicking water off your fingers. There we go. Now at this point I'm going to grab my block. You can, like I said, you can use like a foam roller. You can use a pillow, other things like that. But we're going to lay it on the medium setting. Okay, so you want it to have a little bit of thickness in between the thighs. We're going to hug this bad boy together. And you may have to adjust your feet a little bit. So you may have to take your feet further towards the front of your mat or closer in towards your glutes. It's going to be completely up to you and how everything feels when you get up. So we'll go ahead and tuck the tailbone under. We're going to lift the hips up off the floor. So it's a hip lift, not a back bend. So I want you to keep the ribs pulled in. I want you to extend your hands up towards the ceiling. And I want you to pull back on your left fingers and your right. And then I want you to bring your hands by your side. So from here, I want you to keep the hips lifted. I want you to keep everything contained. Tailbone lengthening down towards the heels, really pushing into the feet. And there's a slight drag back, bringing the heels a little bit closer towards your glutes. So from here, I want you to take your arms and reach them up towards the ceiling and then go overhead. Now maybe you've got a wall or something in front of you. You can just bring your arms out into a goal pose. Really whatever works best. We're just going to go up and down. I think of like a rainbow or a windshield wiper. I don't know why. I always go back to windshield wipers, but here we are. So I'm also going to flip my palms. So when I lift up, palms face up and then go down and then kind of just maneuvering that way as well. We'll bring the arms down by our sides. We'll go ahead and lower the hips down. We're going to keep the block, pillow, whatever we've got in between the thighs. I want you to interlace your fingers, and I want you to bring your hands behind your head. But I don't want you to pull, push, anything like that on your head. I just want these guys to just hang out back here. Something for your head to rest in, to feel supported in. So from here, we'll take a deep inhale. And then exhale, I want you to lift your head, lift your shoulders up. Now again, we're not pushing, we're not pulling on the neck at all. We're just having the hands here. Little rest, still squeezing the block. And you're thinking about pushing down into your lower belly and lifting up through the shoulder blades. Try to get those bad boys off the floor. Inhale, lower. Exhale, come up. Nice. Inhale, down. Exhale, up. Perfect. Inhale. Exhale. 3 more. 2 more. Keep squeezing that block as you do this. Exhale up. Inhale down. Last one. We're going to hold steady here for a moment. Here we go. And then I want you just to kind of take your right elbow towards your left knee. So you've got just kind of a little bit of a twist here. Nice. We'll come back to center. Don't drop the shoulders down. And then I want you to take a little twist, left elbow towards the right knee. Perfect. Come back in and lower down. Perfect. Go ahead and remove that block. Bring the left knee into the chest. We're going to extend the right leg out long. Left knee's going to stay in. Take your right hand, left knee. Right hand, left knee. Left arm out to the side. Inhale. Exhale. Let's take a twist. So the knee's going to go off to the right. Shoulders stay somewhat on the floor. If they pop up a little bit, who cares? You're just doing a lazy yoga practice at your house. Probably don't even have a bra on. Who knows? You could be nude. It's totally fine. We'll come back to center. Set the right foot on the floor. Cross your left ankle over your right thigh. And then we're going to lift the right leg up, coming into what's called a figure 4 stretch. So you've got a little bit of pressure here with your knee into the ankle, not too much. Both feet are flexed. Shoulders are on the floor. So my hands may be out here, or I may be holding on to my leg and my foot. And as far as how much you want to push into this left ankle, that's totally up to you. We'll take 2 more breaths here. And then we'll lower that right foot down. Perfect. Go ahead and bring your right knee into your chest. Extend your left leg out. Left hand, right knee. Left hand, right knee. I always have to repeat that because I know how I get when I'm teaching. I can only imagine how you are at home, maybe without a bunch of people you can look over and be like, what hand do they have? So holding on to your right knee with your left hand, take a breath in, and then let's take a little twist over here. Now say for instance, this feels really tight. Maybe it feels really like, I don't know, janky in a way. You can always take your block or whatever you have underneath that knee as well, or you can just kind of keep it more up top, right? It's not so much of a twist. That might not feel as expansive as you want. So we'll come back to center. Left foot will go on the floor. We'll cross the right ankle over the left thigh. Now, you want to make sure your foot is like past your thigh. So you don't want to have like a sickle foot, okay? You want to have it across. Both feet are flexed. And then when you're ready, we'll lift the left leg up. Now, there's a couple of different things you can do with this left leg. I've seen a few people in class where they'll straighten the leg. I've seen people where they'll bend it. I've seen people do a little wiggle with it. I mean, it's up to you, right? You're at your house. Whatever you want to do. I'm going to add just a little bit more pressure because I sat a lot yesterday and I want to stretch out these hips a little bit. Ooh-wee. And then we're going to undo, set the feet on the floor, and we'll come up to a seat. Now I move a lot when I teach. I move a lot when I practice. So you're going to see me do little fidgets, little movements. You're welcome to do those too. I mean, really it's about just kind of feeling what you need in your body today. So for me, I'm going to take this block and I'm going to prop it underneath my butt. If you have a pillow, you can do that too. Just to give me a little bit more of a lift here. So any cross-legged or you can have the legs out. Doesn't matter to me. I just need to sit up. Give me some little chicken wings here. And then we're going to just do a little roll here. Now when I do these rolls, I also add a rotation through the torso. So I'm not just in the same spot like this, right? I'm also doing a little woo, woo, woo. You don't have to do that. If you do, I want to hear a woo, woo with it. And then we'll come back to center. just take your head and turn it to the right. You close the eyes. And something when you're doing this is to be careful of this left shoulder. You don't want it to also turn with you, right? You just want the head to move. Not the head, the neck, excuse me. So just turning to look to the right, keeping that left shoulder back. And then I always kind of like to just kind of tilt my head down a little bit. Rotate back forward. And then we'll go to the other side. Now, I don't have my eyes closed. You're welcome to close the eyes. Like I said, I like to add that little look down as well. And then look back up, and then we'll rotate back forward. Wonderful. Now, from here, I want you to come to a full seat. Where's my pillow? I'm actually going to bring my pillow out right now. And I'm also going to get a little closer to you guys. So I want you to bring a foot on your pillow, or at least out in front of you, or something where you can easily grab and look and touch your foot, okay? If anybody's been to my class, you guys know how much I love this stuff. So take your thummies, right? Thumbs up for it's not Sunday, it's Monday. And I want you just to massage your feet a little bit. Give yourself some foot massages, darling. There. Check this real fast, make sure there wasn't anybody. And then we're going to do the fun thing where you take your fingers and you're going to thread them in between your toesies. If it's uncomfortable, I understand. Just kind of hold there and breathe and just be like, all right, cool. Feet are tight, cool. Or maybe you're like, man, my feet actually feel pretty good. They feel pretty loose. That's awesome too. Whatever it is, it's great. Now I'm going to move my guys around a little bit. And then we'll undo, blah, 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 blah. We're going to set them in front. Now you probably can't see it. I need to scooch back this a little bit. Oh, you have your foot out in front of you. And I want you to look down at your toes. And I want you to see if you can lift your big toe. Just your big toe, okay? You're like, Taylor, that's not happening. Lift all your damn toes, okay? It's all right. But, like, focus on the one toe. And then little toes, big toe, little toe. Big toe, little toe. Bop, boom, bop, boom. And then wiggle them all around, okay? We're going to the other side. So take your fingers, massage your left foot, give it a little bit of love. And then take these fingers, we thread them through. And you might stay there and might be like, that's it. That feels nice and toasty. Toast sounds good. You know what also sounds good? A little coffee. So we're going to have that. Yeah, that was good. All right, take your toes out. Take your fingers out your toes. Ooh, man. Lift and lower, right? Let's start low, okay? And then see if you can just kind of wiggle them around, right? There's people out here walking around these days that don't have any kind of toe mobility. You don't want to be one of those people, okay? And if you are, you're like, okay, I see this. I can do something about this, all right? Now see if you can lift just your big toe. No? Okay, see if you can lift your little toe. And maybe use your fingers, right? Not just like above, but also down below. You can be like, hold down, Sally. You need to stay down, little toes. Or maybe go the other way, right? Gotta finagle with that a little bit. Perfect. So now our toes are moving? Great, perfect. Now let's come over on the hands and knees. Woo! Now I'm on carpet, but I still have a pillow because I like a little extra support when it comes to my knees. Now I also have my block because I like something to help reach the floor. Now maybe you're in front of a couch. You can do the same thing. Okay? You can use the couch to help you get up. You can use it to touch the floor if that's easy, or not easy, excuse me, if that's cumbersome for you. So we're going to come on hands and knees, and I want you to have your hands underneath your shoulders. I don't want them to be way the hell out here. I want them to be right here, all tucked under, real cute, okay? I want you to have them right underneath the shoulders. And if it's okay for your hands, having your fingers out wide. Now maybe you've got some carpal tunnel or like wrist surgeries or just some jazz in there. Maybe you need to keep your fingers a little closer together. Either way is fine. So having the hands underneath the shoulders is step one. Step two, look at these knees. Make sure they're underneath your hip. I don't want your booty way back here. And I don't want your knees tucked up behind your wrists. Okay? When you have a little bit of space. Some space around here, okay? So So hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Now this next one's very important. When Ariel came out the water, when she came out the ocean, did she look like this? No, she sure didn't. She sure didn't. She looked like this, right? She was like pushing and out, and I want to be where the people are, not all down here, okay? So whenever you're in tabletop, any kind of like, I don't really do upward dog that much, or cobra, you want to be careful of that. It's one thing in downward dog, you know, the shoulders are going to come up into the ears, perfectly fine. You reach your arms overhead, they're going to come up. But when you're putting a lot of weight here, you want to have that structure and stability in the shoulders so where you're not just doing this number, top, okay? So, think about Ariel. Think about taking up space. And if you're a dude watching this, I don't know, think about Eric. So again, keeping that space there, keeping the head lifted, not drooping towards the floor. Take your left toes to the back of the mat and just push back into your left heel. Okay? Then use that left foot and rock yourself back and forth. Okay, scooch up. Now rock yourself forward and lift your left leg up and just hold steady there. Now my left leg isn't way up to heaven, all right? It's kind of in the middle, okay? And my belly and my rib cage is pulled in tight, pushing into your hands. Stay here, maybe reach your right arm forward. And try to hold that container, okay? If you're whooping and wobbling around, that's okay, but just try to hold steady. Right hand will come down, left knee will come in, and we'll step the right toes to the back of the mat. Push back into that right heel. Use that right foot, rock yourself back and forth. And then rocking yourself forward, lift your right leg and hold there. And again, you want to make sure that you're pushing down into your hands. And make sure that that foot is reaching towards the back of the mat. Now, if you wanted to, you can stay there. Or you can reach your left arm forward. Keep pushing into your right hand. Hold 3, 2, left hand down, right knee in. Tuck your toes, lift your knees, lift your hips, come up for downward dog. Now downward dog is like an upside down V, but you want to make sure you're pressing equally into your hands, your toes. You feel a lift up with the hips, okay? And like you can throw your thigh bones. Man, I tell you, sometimes the cues that come out of my mouth, you want to make sure your hips are lifting up towards the ceiling and then going back towards the back of your mat. And you also want to feel this pushing down into the hands, especially into the index knuckle, and then also your big toes. Like, do not forget the power of the toes. They have a lot of strength in them. And have your knees bent. For the love of everything good in the world, bend your knees, okay? Lift your butt up, push into the hands. Look back at your toes. And tell yourself you're going to make that appointment and get a pedicure. Okay? Cool. Awesome. Lower the knees down. And from here, I'm going to go ahead and grab my little pillow. I'm going to place it underneath my right knee. I'm going to step my left foot forward. Now this pillow is a little thick, so I'm going to make sure my back toe is tucked under for just that little extra support. Left foot's in front. I'll turn this way so you guys can see. Left foot's in front, toe points forward, and hips and everything are level. Okay, so I'm not going straight in. I don't have any kind of compression in my lower back, and I'm also not rounded forward. Okay, I'm like right on top of everything. Got my left foot underneath my left knee, and I want you to reach both arms forward and up. And again, I want you to hold that container steady while taking up space, right? And I know that can be a little like, wait, what? But you gotta feel stable so that you can play around a little bit, okay? So left foot forward, right knee's back, arms are up. Bring your hands behind your head. And I want you just to think about lifting up a little longer, like growing a little taller. There we go. Now from here, we're going to rotate to the left, and we're going to open the arms out into a T. Now you can do the push away with the hands, you can do a fist, you can do the fingers. Google. Hey, Google. Turn it down a little bit. Chicago getting a little crazy, right? A little crazy. Now from here, what we're going to do, we're going to go into a twisted low lunge. So right hand goes to the floor or your block. Left arm reaches up towards the ceiling. And again, watch this shoulder. We don't want to see sad, droopy shoulder. We want to see strong, spatial. Damn it, spacious. I was like, what word am I going gonna go back, and we're gonna switch sides. So I'm gonna bring my right foot forward, left knee back. I already feel that, my God. All right, left knee underneath the hip, and again, you feel that container. Ribs are pulled in, but not pulled in so much you're hunching forward, okay? So you've got your shoulders over your hips, hips over your knees, standing up nice and tall, reach your arms forward and up. And you really want to reach up. Again, we're getting taller. We're growing. Rooting into our feet so we can reach up with the hands. Perfect. Bring your hands behind your head. Lift up a little bit more through the back of the neck. But sometimes we can start to arch back with the chin, and I want you to keep it kind of forward too. So it's parallel with the ground. From here, we're going to rotate to the right. There we go. Nice little twist here. Maybe stay here, maybe open the arms out into a T. Now, if you are funky, look back at your right hand. If you're like, hell no, not today, Taylor. I may be in my own house, but I'm still not going to fall down. That's fine too. We're going to take the left hand down, right arm up towards the ceiling. Pushing into the left hand as you reach up with the right. Take a big inhale. Exhale, let it out. Perfect. Right hand's going to come down. We're going to lift the left knee. And then I want you to turn to the left side of your mat. We're going to open up into a wide-legged forward fold. So feet out. Forehead going towards the floor. Now, if you've got a block, maybe you're on the high setting of that block. Maybe you're kind of doing a little bend side to side. Maybe you're just holding here because you're like, oh, man, that's nice. Wherever you're at is fine. So just take a deep inhale. Exhale. Yeah. Another one like that. Perfect. Go ahead and bend your left knee. Perfect. I want you to rotate to the back of your mat. Do a little high lunge twist here. So right knee stays lifted. Left toes point to the back. Right hand on the ground. Left arm up. Perfect. Right knee's going to come down. All right. We're going to come up. Low lunge facing the back of the mat. Reach your arms forward and up. Bring your left hand to your hip. Take your right hand down to the floor. Block. Kickstand your right toes. And take your left foot to the back of the mat for a little modified side plank here. So left foot is at the front of your mat technically at this point. And it's pointing away from you. Left arm's going to reach up. Maybe stay here. Maybe lift your left leg. Watch how high you're lifting that leg. Hold steady. Now we're going to bring that left knee up towards the chest. Step it to the front of your mat. Rotate so you bring that right foot back onto the floor. We're going to lift the right knee. Walk your hands a little bit forward. Walk your foot forward. Shift the weight. Lift your back leg. Turn your toe out. Stay here. Maybe bring your right hand to your right hip. There we go. Perfect. Now from here, we're going to take that right leg. We're going to step it back towards the front of the mat. We're going to come up for warrior two, facing the back of the mat. Front knee. Left knee is bending. Reverse the warrior. Right hand on the back leg. Reach your left arm up towards the ceiling. Straighten your back leg. Turn both toes back towards the left of your mat. Fold forward. Perfect. I'm going to grab my block. Bring it with me. We're going to rotate to the front of the mat. Coming into a high lunge twist this way. Go ahead and reach your right arm up. Right hand will come down. Take the left knee down to the floor. Perfect. Kickstand your left toes. Take your right leg to the back of the mat. Nice. Right arm will reach up. Now you can stay here the whole time. You can go a little bit further too. Okay, so if you want to lift that leg, it's fine with me. Or you can keep it down the whole time. You're going to bring the right hand in, right knee's going to come in, come up for a downward dog. Now from your downward dog position, I want you just to lift your left leg up. Remember, you're still pushing down into your hands. I don't know who this guy is on the here, but I'm going to block him. Report. Wonderful. I gotta love that kind of stuff. Cool, perfect, wonderful, thank you. So, all right, bring that other leg down, or bring whatever leg you had up, down. and lift the other one for a moment. And when I'm in downward dog, I kind of like to take that time just to, what are these words? Finagle around? I don't know. Finagle around? Just kind of come up to my toes, do a little wiggle with my hips, maybe walk my feet in a little bit, maybe walk my feet out, maybe take my feet as wide as my mat. I just like to get a little experimental because every day feels a little different, and you might need a little something more, and you might need a little something less one day, right? So from here, we're going to bring the knees down. Perfect. I want you to kickstand your right toes. Bring your left foot to the back of the mat. Reach your left arm up towards the ceiling. Beautiful. Lift your left leg. Bring this knee up towards your chest and step it to the front of your mat. Come up for a little lunge. Nice. Turn to the right this time. So you're opening out in the same direction as that leg. Come back up. Rotate to the left. Come back up. Both hands come down in front. Lift your right knee. Lift your right leg. Coming up into a half moon on this side. Right arm may lift up. Maybe not. Maybe keep both hands on the floor today. That's fine. Right foot is going to go back to the back of the mat. We're going to come up for a warrior two on this side now. Nice. Let my other hands back to the floor. Take the right knee down. Left knee goes back to meet it. Child's pose, downward dog, whatever you want to do this morning. And we'll come up to hands and knees. Come over to a seat. Don't stand still. All right. Take your right leg out to the side. Left foot on the inside of that right leg. This is when things always get a little hairy, okay? Take your right hand, left foot, left leg, whatever you got. Left arm's going to reach up. Then we're going to lean over to the right. Now I'm going to bring my hand down to my calf and just hold here. We're going to come back up. We'll switch sides. When you're in positions like this, it's really when I use this time to focus more on my breath. Okay, so I'm taking bigger inhales and exhales. Left hand on the left knee, left leg, whatever you've got. Or excuse me, left hand, right leg. Left leg's out to the side. Reach your right arm up, and then we're just leaning towards the left. Now again, I'm not crumpled down in here, okay? My shoulders aren't rounded in. I'm holding this kind of open, taking up space position. So if this doesn't work for you, maybe this is all that you're at today. And that's totally fine. Like, can you just be okay with that? Can you just be like, all right, this is just my Monday practice. I'm meeting it where I'm at. Everything's going to be kosher cool. I'm finding out maybe some spaces that are a little tight. We're going to come back up. Perfect. Go ahead and bring your feet out in front of you. Take your hands behind you. And I want you just to windshield wiper the legs. There we go. And we're going to go ahead and lay down. Now I'm going to bring this a little closer so I don't have to yell this next part at you beautiful people. All right. Turn off a little light here. A little pillow. You gotta have a pillar for Shavasana. I don't care who you are. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and just lay down. If there's other little stretches you want to do right now, that's fine. This practice is meant to just be kind of like a little nugget. It's not meant to be like a super long, in-depth, really like majorly fleshed out practice. It's literally just something to kind of get you moving and shaking around a little bit. The only thing maybe you could do more of is like just standing stuff, but I feel like either way you should feel content with what you've got in today. So, legs can be knees knocked together, feet on the floor, or you can have the legs completely out and have the arms out. Take a deep inhale. Exhale. Hey Google, pause. And as you breathe out, just let your body relax. Let your body be heavy on the floor, on your mat, whatever you're on. just holding on to that thought process of taking up space, of expanding, of just being without doing. And when I say that, you don't have to be doing stuff to exist. Like, that's not what we're existing for. We're not existing just to do this and do that and go here and go where. And, we're here just to experience and just be. Like, just live life. Which obviously is a lot of doing, but I feel like sometimes we put so many more expectations on ourselves than we need to, when in reality, all you have to do is just live. You just have to, that's it. We're not going to get into all the complexities of being a good person and your character and blah, 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 but, like, that's it. Just live. Just be. Wherever you are, whoever you are. And let all that other stuff come in a way where you don't feel like you have to be so judgmental about whatever that is. Life is hard enough without your inner monologue digging you down deeper. And if it's telling you that you don't deserve to take up space, that you have to be sheltered, that you have to be small, tell that bitch to shut up. Truly. Take these last few breaths here. Just let the body release. And you are still holding tension, especially in between your eyebrows. Maybe your jaw. Finding that softness. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Go ahead and just wiggle your fingers and toes. Maybe reach your arms overhead, stretch out. When you're ready, we'll start to make our way up to a seat. Any comfortable seated position. Roll the shoulders around a little bit. Maybe take an ear to the shoulder. Bring our hands to prayer. Give your shoulders a little smoochy smooch. Bow your chin to your chest and give yourself a thank you for creating this time for yourself and for your practice. The divine light in me honors, bows, and recognizes the divine light in you. Namaste. Woo. Man, I worked up a sweat, son. My goodness gracious alive. I hope you guys are having a great day. I hope you enjoyed that. I enjoyed it. It was so much fun. And like I said, I'm going to save this so you can come back to it whenever you want. Yeah. And who knows, maybe I'll see you tomorrow morning for class. Maybe, possibly. Who knows? Either way, I love you guys so much. Good morning, Brenda. Good morning, Ashley. And I hope everybody has a fabulous day. Thank you very much for joining me. All right, I'm going to end it here. And I don't know how to end it on Facebook, so we'll see how this works. I don't know how this works. I do social media for a living, but that doesn't mean I know how to do everything. Okay. There we go. Bye, guys. Love you.